Joy is the purest expression of life flowing freely through us. It is not something that needs to be found in the outer world, but something that already exists deep within. When we awaken to joy, we awaken to the truth that we are alive for a purpose far greater than we can imagine. In every heartbeat, in every breath, there is a divine invitation to remember who we are. Joy is not a fleeting emotion that comes and goes with circumstances. It is the very essence of being, a light that shines even in moments of darkness. Many people believe that joy depends on achievements, possessions, or approval from others. They chase after it as if it were hidden somewhere outside themselves. But true joy is never the result of external gain. It is born from inner harmony, from a deep connection to the present moment. When you close your eyes and breathe deeply, you can feel that spark of joy resting quietly within your chest. It asks for nothing, it demands nothing, it simply exists. To heal through joy means to return to that inner sanctuary where nothing is missing and everything is whole. Healing begins when we allow joy to take the lead in our lives. Imagine a river that flows freely after being blocked for years. That is what happens within your soul when you let go of resistance and surrender to joy. Every cell in your body responds to this vibration of light and peace. It strengthens your immune system, calms your mind, and opens your heart. When you choose joy, you are choosing to align with life itself. You are saying yes to growth, yes to healing, and yes to love. The practice of joy does not mean ignoring pain or pretending that challenges do not exist. It means acknowledging them with compassion while remembering that they do not define you. Even in suffering, joy can whisper softly, reminding you that light is never absent. Joy teaches resilience because when you root yourself in it, no storm can break you completely. You may bend, you may feel the weight of sorrow, but deep down there remains an unshakable peace. This peace is the essence of joy that heals everything it touches. Think of a sunrise after a long night. The darkness does not vanish because of effort. It fades naturally when light appears. In the same way, when joy enters your awareness, the shadows of fear and doubt begin to dissolve. The warmth of joy fills every corner of your being. It does not argue with the darkness, it simply shines. You begin to feel lighter, as if the weight of the past has lost its power. Your heart expands, and with it comes forgiveness, acceptance, and a deeper appreciation for the beauty of being alive. Joy has the power to reconnect us with the innocence of our inner child. There was a time when laughter came easily, when wonder filled every experience, when each day felt like an adventure. That essence is still within you. The world may have taught you to hide it behind responsibility and fear, but it never left. To heal through joy is to rediscover that childlike wonder. When you laugh freely, when you dance without reason, when you smile simply because you exist, you open the door for divine healing to enter. When we live in joy, we create a vibration that influences everything around us. People feel safer, lighter, and more inspired in our presence. Joy is contagious because it resonates with the deepest truth in every heart. You do not even need to speak it. Your energy communicates it for you. In this way, healing through joy becomes an act of service. You begin to lift others without even trying. Your joy becomes a blessing, a reminder that life is sacred and filled with endless potential. Sometimes we forget how powerful a single moment of joy can be. A simple smile shared with a stranger, a walk among the trees, or the sound of rain can awaken something divine within. Every moment offers a chance to reconnect with the essence of joy. When we slow down enough to notice the miracle of existence, gratitude naturally arises. And gratitude, in turn, deepens joy. They are partners in healing, dancing together in the rhythm of life. Through them, we remember that peace is not something we chase, but something we embody. Healing through joy also means choosing to release the stories that weigh us down. Every painful memory, every regret, every fear has a vibration that keeps joy buried beneath layers of heaviness. But when you breathe consciously and allow yourself to feel, you begin to let go. You create space for new energy to flow. That space becomes fertile ground where joy can grow again. It does not require perfection. It only asks for presence. Healing is not about changing who you are, but remembering the wholeness that has always been within. You can use joy as a tool for transformation. Each time you smile with intention, you send a message to your mind and body that says, "I am safe, I am healing, I am free." This simple act can shift your energy instantly. Joy creates balance in the nervous system, it reduces stress, and it strengthens the heart. When practiced daily, even in small moments, it begins to reshape your perception of reality. You start to see opportunities where before you saw obstacles. You begin to trust life again. That trust is the soil from which miracles grow. As you deepen your awareness of joy, you start to notice that it has no boundaries. It cannot be contained by time or circumstance. Even when life challenges you, there remains a quiet place inside where joy resides untouched. That inner joy is not dependent on what you have or what you achieve. It is the natural radiance of your soul. When you sit in meditation and connect with your breath, you may feel it gently rising within. That feeling is the essence of your true self calling you home. This journey of healing through joy invites you to become fully present. Each moment is an opportunity to breathe deeply and to receive life as it is. The mind often races ahead or clings to the past, but joy exists only here and now. By grounding yourself in the present, you step into alignment with your true nature. Every sound, every color, every sensation becomes part of a greater harmony. When you awaken to that harmony, healing occurs effortlessly. It is as natural as the sun shining after rain. When you learn to live in joy, you start to see beauty everywhere. You see it in the kindness of others, in the quiet of morning light, in the laughter of a child. This awareness heals not only your own heart, but also the collective heart of humanity. For when one person chooses joy, that vibration ripples outward into the world. It touches lives, it mends broken spirits, it reminds others of what is possible. Through your own healing, you become a catalyst for collective awakening. There will be days when joy feels distant, when heaviness takes its place. In those moments, remember that joy has not left you. It is only waiting patiently beneath the surface. Sometimes stillness is what allows it to return. Sit quietly, breathe, and place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm and whisper to yourself, "Joy is here, I am whole." The more you practice this awareness, the easier it becomes to shift from pain to peace. Healing is not a destination, it is a daily devotion to joy. Every act of self-love strengthens the presence of joy within you. When you care for your body, when you speak kindly to yourself, when you honor your emotions, you nourish your inner light. Joy is not found in avoiding pain, but in embracing yourself fully. The heart knows how to heal when you stop resisting its wisdom. By allowing joy to be your guide, you step into harmony with the divine intelligence of the universe. That alignment brings serenity, clarity, and fulfillment. True healing through joy transforms your perception of life itself. You begin to see that every experience, even the difficult ones, has a purpose in your growth. You start to understand that challenges are not punishments, but opportunities to deepen your awareness. Each time you rise from pain with an open heart, you awaken a deeper layer of joy. This is the kind of joy that cannot be shaken by circumstance. It is eternal, radiant, and full of grace. So as you move forward from this moment, carry the vibration of joy in your breath and in your thoughts. Let it guide your choices, your words, and your relationships. Remember that joy is not something you must seek. It is what you already are. Every time you smile with sincerity, every time you choose kindness, every time you express gratitude, you are living your healing. Let joy become your medicine, your prayer, and your way of being. And as you continue this journey of healing through joy, love, and gratitude, may your heart remain open, your spirit free, and your life filled with light. Love is the most powerful energy in existence, the essence that connects all living things. It is the source from which joy flows and the foundation upon which gratitude rests. To heal through love is to return to the original truth of who we are. Beneath every fear, every wound, and every mask we wear, love is waiting patiently to be remembered. It does not need to be earned. It does not need to be proven. It simply needs to be allowed. When we open our hearts to love, we awaken the divine healer within. Healing through love begins with acceptance. It is the gentle act of embracing every part of yourself without judgment. Many people spend their lives trying to fix what they believe is broken, but love reminds us that nothing is truly broken. The cracks are simply places where light enters. When you learn to hold yourself with compassion, you create a safe space where healing naturally unfolds. Love transforms pain into wisdom and turns suffering into strength. This is the miracle of opening your heart to its own truth. Love has the ability to dissolve the barriers that separate us from one another. It is not confined by distance or time, and it is not limited to romantic expressions. Love exists in every kind word, every selfless act, every silent prayer for another's well-being. It flows through nature, through music, through the stillness between breaths. When you see the world through the eyes of love, everything becomes sacred. You realize that every being you meet is a reflection of yourself, each one carrying the same divine spark. To heal through love, we must first release fear. Fear is the shadow that hides the light of love, the illusion that we are separate and alone. It whispers that we are unworthy, that we must compete, that we must protect ourselves from others. But love is fearless. When we choose love over fear, we shift our entire vibration. The body relaxes, the mind becomes clear, and the soul begins to expand. This transformation allows energy to flow freely, washing away the pain that fear once held in place. There is a quiet strength that lives in love, a power that does not need to control or dominate. It moves gently, with patience and wisdom. Love listens deeply and speaks truth without force. It forgives not because it forgets, but because it understands that holding on to resentment only deepens pain. When you forgive yourself and others, you set your heart free. Forgiveness is one of love's greatest teachers, guiding us back to peace. Through forgiveness, the soul learns to breathe again. Love also teaches us presence. When you are fully present with someone, when you listen not with your mind, but with your heart, you become an instrument of healing. The simple act of being seen and accepted can heal wounds that words cannot reach. To offer love in this way is to remind another soul of their own divine worth. It creates a field of energy where transformation happens effortlessly. This is the quiet magic of love, subtle yet infinite in its power. When we love ourselves, we become the light that others are drawn to. Self-love is not selfishness, it is the recognition of your sacredness. It means treating yourself with the same kindness you offer to others. It means nourishing your body, calming your mind, and listening to your soul. When you fill your own heart with love, you have more to give. you begin to radiate peace and compassion naturally. Your very presence becomes a blessing to those around you. Healing through love is not always easy, for it asks us to face the parts of ourselves we have long ignored. It invites us to feel deeply, to open wounds we have kept hidden, to surrender control. But through this process, we are reborn. Each tear that falls in honesty becomes a seed of transformation. Love purifies pain, turning it into wisdom and grace. When you allow love to hold your sorrow, it becomes the light that guides you out of darkness. Love is also the bridge between mind and spirit. It balances reason with intuition, logic with compassion. When you lead with love, you begin to understand the language of the universe. You recognize that every challenge is a lesson, every loss a doorway to deeper awareness. The mind may seek answers, but the heart already knows the truth. Love allows that truth to rise gently to the surface, revealing the unity that exists within all things. When you choose love, you choose healing on every level. The body responds with vitality, the mind becomes calm, and the soul expands into its natural brilliance. Studies show that emotions like love and compassion can actually strengthen the immune system, lower stress, and promote overall well-being. But beyond science, love brings a sense of meaning to our lives. It fills the spaces where emptiness once lived and replaces anxiety with serenity. It reconnects us with the rhythm of creation itself. To live in love means to see beauty where others see imperfection. It means looking beyond appearances to the essence that lies beneath. Every person you meet carries a story, a longing to be understood. When you approach them with love, you create a bridge of empathy that transcends words. You begin to realize that love is not something you give or receive, it is something you become. It is a state of being where separation disappears and unity reigns. There are moments in life when love seems far away, when betrayal or loss clouds the heart. In those times, remember that love never leaves you. It is the light that remains even when you cannot see it. Healing through love means trusting that this light is always present, guiding you back to wholeness. Each experience, no matter how painful, becomes an opportunity to deepen your capacity to love. When you rise from heartbreak with an open heart, you embody true strength. Love teaches us humility, reminding us that we are all both learners and teachers. Every encounter offers a mirror, reflecting back the places where love still seeks to grow. When someone triggers anger or fear within you, that is love calling for attention. It is an invitation to expand your compassion, to see through the illusion of separation. The more you choose love in these moments, the more you free yourself from suffering. Love transforms challenges into pathways of awakening. When we love deeply, we begin to experience life as sacred. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. The sound of laughter, the warmth of sunlight, the touch of a gentle breeze all remind us of the divine presence in everything. Love makes us grateful for existence itself. It awakens wonder and curiosity, reminding us that every breath is a gift. In this awareness, healing is no longer something we strive for. It becomes the natural rhythm of our being. Healing through love also expands our sense of purpose. When love fills your heart, you naturally want to share it. You begin to serve others not from obligation but from joy. Acts of kindness flow effortlessly because love is guiding your actions. This is how the world changes, not through force or control, but through the quiet strength of open hearts. When enough people choose to live this way, peace becomes not just a dream, but a reality. To love is to trust. Trust that life is unfolding as it should. Trust that even pain has meaning. Trust that every ending carries a new beginning. When you trust love, you no longer feel the need to control outcomes. You surrender to the wisdom of the universe, knowing that everything is working for your highest good. This surrender brings deep peace, the kind that cannot be shaken by circumstance. It allows you to walk through life with grace and confidence. The greatest gift you can offer yourself and others is unconditional love. This kind of love does not depend on perfection or performance. It simply exists, free and infinite. It is the love that says, "I see you, I accept you, I honor you." When we offer this love, we help others remember their own divine essence. Healing occurs not through correction, but through connection. Love sees beyond flaws and awakens the light in everyone it touches. As you continue to cultivate love, notice how it transforms your relationships. Conflicts soften, understanding deepens, and communication becomes more honest. Love allows us to listen without needing to be right, to speak without needing to defend. It teaches patience and compassion. The more love you give, the more love returns to you. It is an endless circle of energy that nourishes both giver and receiver. In this exchange, healing becomes a shared experience. Ultimately, healing through love means awakening to oneness. The boundaries between self and other begin to fade, and you recognize that everything in existence is interconnected. What you give to another, you give to yourself. What you withhold from another, you withhold from your own soul. This understanding brings great responsibility, but also great freedom. For when you live from love, you are in harmony with the entire universe. Love is not a destination to reach, but a journey to live each day. It is found in the quiet moments of gratitude, in the courage to forgive, in the willingness to be vulnerable. Every breath is a chance to return to love. Even in silence, love is speaking, guiding, and nurturing you. As you embrace it more fully, your life becomes a living meditation, a reflection of the divine within. Healing through love is the path to awakening, the remembrance that you are whole and complete. And as you continue this journey of healing through joy, love, and gratitude, may your heart expand endlessly and your spirit shine with the radiance of infinite peace. Gratitude is the song of the soul that brings light to every moment. It is the gentle whisper that reminds us of the abundance already present in our lives. When we open our hearts in gratitude, we shift from a state of lack to a state of fulfillment. We begin to see beauty where we once saw only emptiness. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being, a sacred practice that aligns us with the rhythm of life itself. Through gratitude, healing unfolds naturally, and the heart finds peace in the simplicity of existence. To heal through gratitude means to awaken to the miracle of the present moment. Every breath we take, every heartbeat, every sunrise is a gift. Yet in our search for more, we often overlook these quiet blessings. Gratitude slows us down and allows us to notice the divine details hidden in ordinary life. It invites us to see with new eyes, to recognize that each experience, whether joyful or painful, carries wisdom and purpose. When we embrace life with gratitude, we begin to live in harmony with the universe. Gratitude transforms perception. It turns what we have into enough, what we do into purpose, and what we are into joy. When we focus on what is good, our energy expands, and we attract even more goodness into our lives. The practice of gratitude is not about denying pain or pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing to see beyond the challenge and into the lesson it carries. Every difficulty becomes a doorway to growth when viewed through the lens of gratitude. Healing begins the moment we say thank you, even for the things we do not yet understand. When you start your day with gratitude, you set the tone for everything that follows. Instead of reacting to life, you begin to respond with calm awareness. Gratitude brings clarity, helping you see opportunities where before you saw obstacles. It strengthens your resilience because a grateful heart cannot easily be shaken by circumstances. Each act of appreciation builds an inner foundation of peace. Gratitude becomes your anchor, steady and unmovable even when life feels uncertain. The energy of gratitude vibrates at one of the highest frequencies in the universe. When you express gratitude sincerely, you align yourself with that vibration. It brings healing to the body, harmony to the mind, and lightness to the spirit. Science now confirms what ancient wisdom has always known. Gratitude improves well-being, reduces stress, and strengthens the immune system. But beyond science, gratitude opens the heart to divine connection. It allows you to feel the presence of something greater moving through your life. To truly live in gratitude, we must move beyond words and feel it deeply within. Saying thank you is powerful, but feeling thankfulness in your soul transforms everything. When you feel gratitude for even the smallest blessings, your heart expands. The sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, the smile of a stranger, each becomes sacred. Gratitude awakens awe, and awe awakens love. This connection between gratitude, love, and joy is the trinity of true healing. They exist together, feeding and amplifying one another. Healing through gratitude also requires awareness in times of pain. It is easy to be grateful when life is flowing smoothly, but the real test of the heart comes during struggle. When you can give thanks even for the lessons hidden in hardship, you become unbreakable. Gratitude transforms wounds into wisdom and loss into understanding. It does not erase the pain, but it softens its hold. You begin to trust that every experience is guiding you toward deeper awakening. When you look back on your life with gratitude, you see how everything has served your evolution. The moments that once seemed unbearable reveal their hidden gifts. Gratitude turns regret into acceptance and disappointment into appreciation. It helps you release the past with peace instead of bitterness. The more you thank life for what it has given you, the freer you become. Gratitude dissolves resentment, making room for healing and harmony. Gratitude also connects us with others in profound ways. When we express appreciation to those around us, we strengthen the bond of compassion and trust. A simple thank you can open hearts, heal relationships, and remind people of their value. Gratitude builds bridges where division once stood. It teaches us that we are never alone, that every soul we meet plays a role in our journey. In giving thanks to others, we acknowledge the shared humanity that unites us all. When we practice gratitude consistently, it becomes a spiritual discipline. Like meditation, it deepens with time and devotion. Each day offers countless reasons to give thanks, but it is through conscious awareness that we recognize them. Writing a few things you are grateful for, or silently appreciating them in your heart, strengthens this connection. Over time, gratitude becomes your natural state of being. You begin to live with a quiet joy that no external condition can take away. Gratitude teaches humility, reminding us that everything we have is a gift. Our talents, opportunities, and even our challenges are blessings from the universe meant to shape us. When we accept this truth, we no longer cling to control. We move through life with grace, trusting in the flow of divine timing. Gratitude frees us from comparison and competition, allowing us to celebrate the success of others as easily as our own. It brings contentment, for a grateful heart knows it already has everything it needs. In moments of solitude, gratitude becomes a sacred conversation with the universe. It is in those quiet reflections that we begin to feel the interconnectedness of all life. The tree that gives us oxygen, the earth that holds our steps, the sky that shelters our dreams, all exist in harmony, and we are part of that harmony. Gratitude reminds us that we belong, that we are loved, that we are never separate from creation. It brings us back home to the heart of existence. Healing through gratitude also opens the door to abundance. When you appreciate what you have, you create space for more blessings to flow. The universe responds to the vibration of thankfulness by mirroring it back to you. This is not about material wealth alone, but about abundance in love, peace, and purpose. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is possible. It teaches you that you are always supported, always guided, always enough. Even in the face of uncertainty, gratitude provides stability. It is the voice within that says, "All is well, even when I cannot see how." When you trust life with a grateful heart, you release fear of the unknown. You begin to see that every closed door leads to a better path. Gratitude strengthens faith, not by removing challenges, but by helping you find light within them. It becomes your compass, pointing you toward peace regardless of the circumstances. When we live in gratitude, we awaken compassion for others. We become aware of how much we are blessed and feel moved to share those blessings. Acts of kindness, generosity, and service become natural extensions of a grateful heart. You begin to see giving as a form of gratitude in action. This flow of giving and receiving creates balance and harmony in life. Gratitude thus becomes a living force, expanding outward from your heart to touch the world. Gratitude is also a healer of relationships with oneself. Many people struggle with self-judgment and guilt, focusing on what they lack instead of what they have. Gratitude invites us to celebrate our progress, our strength, and our unique gifts. When you thank yourself for how far you have come, you nurture self-love. You begin to see that you are deserving of kindness and peace. Gratitude turns self-criticism into self-compassion, and that is where true healing begins. Each night, as you close your eyes, let gratitude be your final thought. Think of one thing that brought you peace, one lesson that deepened your understanding, one person who reminded you of love. This practice rewires the mind to focus on positivity. The more you do it, the more your life fills with serenity and light. Gratitude becomes not just an emotion, but a state of consciousness. It is the bridge between the physical and the divine, uniting you with the flow of creation. Through gratitude, you begin to honor the sacredness of time. Every moment becomes meaningful, every encounter purposeful. Gratitude transforms routine into ritual, and ordinary days become extraordinary. The present moment becomes a treasure chest filled with possibilities. You realize that life is not happening to you, but through you. Gratitude allows you to participate fully in that unfolding, dancing with the rhythm of the now. As gratitude deepens, it begins to dissolve resistance. You stop fighting life and start flowing with it. You understand that everything arrives exactly as it should, and you meet it with grace. Gratitude replaces frustration with patience and anxiety with trust. It teaches acceptance without resignation. In this acceptance, healing becomes effortless because you are no longer in conflict with what is. Gratitude becomes the path of surrender, the art of letting go with love. In every spiritual tradition, gratitude is seen as the gateway to enlightenment. It purifies the heart, clears the mind, and raises the soul to higher consciousness. When you live in gratitude, you become aware of the divine presence within all things. You begin to see that joy, love, and gratitude are not separate energies, but expressions of the same eternal truth. They are the essence of life itself, the heartbeat of creation, and the melody of awakening. Healing through gratitude invites you to stop seeking and start seeing. Everything you desire already exists in the field of gratitude. It is the vibration of fulfillment, of wholeness, of peace. When you say thank you with sincerity, the universe echoes it back with abundance. Gratitude transforms life into a living meditation, where every breath is sacred and every experience a teacher. It brings you home to the awareness that nothing is missing, nothing is broken, and everything is divine. And as you continue this journey of healing through joy, love, and gratitude, may your heart remain open to the endless blessings that flow through every moment of life. As we come to the end of this journey, remember that healing is not something distant or unreachable. It lives within every breath you take and every thought you choose. When you allow joy to fill your heart, love to guide your actions, and gratitude to shape your vision, you begin to live in harmony with the rhythm of life itself. The light of healing shines brightest in those who embrace life with open hearts and peaceful minds. You are not separate from the divine flow of creation. You are part of it, radiant and whole. May you carry this awareness forward, walking each day with calmness, compassion, and the quiet knowing that true healing is already yours.